Israel went through a lot of hard times during the Old Testament period. It broke into two parts, the northern kingdom Israel with capital Samaria and the southern kingdom Judah, which had Jerusalem as capital. In 722 BC the Assyrians conquered the northern kingdom and razed Samaria. It looked like they would overwhelm Judah as well. But Jerusalem never fell. Watch how an amazing modern discovery shows that Judah's second city fell, but at the same time that is evidence that Jerusalem survived, like the Bible said it did. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on exciting archaeological discoveries that show the Bible is true. The Assyrian kingdom was a powerful empire that dominated the Near East for more than 3 centuries, from 911 to 609 BCE. They were known for their exceptional military prowess and their cruel tactics. The Assyrians were infamous for their brutality and ruthless methods of warfare. Their conquests were marked by the complete annihilation of their enemies, including women, children, and the elderly. The Assyrians were notorious for their use of terror as a weapon of war. They believed that the best way to control conquered territories was through fear, and they employed various forms of torture and execution to achieve this end. Some of their methods included impalement, flaying, beheading, and dismemberment. These tactics were not only used on their enemies but also on their own people as a means of maintaining order. The Assyrians were also known for their policy of forced deportation. Whenever they conquered a new territory, they would deport large numbers of the population to other parts of their empire, in an effort to break up any resistance and prevent rebellion. This policy resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people and the destruction of entire states. In the 8th century BC, the Assyrian Empire was at the height of its power, and its armies were expanding rapidly. The kings of Israel and Judah, hoping to avoid destruction, often tried to appease the Assyrian rulers by paying tribute and offering gifts. However, these efforts were not always successful, and the Assyrians frequently invaded Israel and Judah. They destroyed cities and deported large numbers of people to other parts of the empire. King Ahaz of Judah even went so far as to appeal to the Assyrians for help against his enemies in Israel, leading to even greater Assyrian influence in the region. Despite the frequent conflicts and betrayals, there were also periods of cooperation and alliance between Israel and Judah and the Assyrians. King Ahab of Israel famously formed an alliance with the Assyrian king Shalmaneser III to fight against the Aramaeans, while King Hezekiah of Judah sought to ally with Egypt against the Assyrians. Ultimately, however, the relationship between the northern kingdom of Israel and the Assyrians ended in the destruction of Israel. The Assyrians conquered Israel in 722 BC, putting an end to it as an independent state. It looked like it would do the same to Judah, but that never happened. Why? Keep watching to find out how a modern discovery gives an important clue to the survival of Judah and Jerusalem. And it all starts with Lachish, a city in Judah that is not well known, but at the time was the second city of the kingdom. The first time Lachish is mentioned in the Bible is in Joshua 10. It was a Canaanite city that tried to step up to Joshua, but it was defeated in battle and its king was killed. From then on it belonged to Israel. Later on, during the reign of King Rehoboam, Lachish was fortified and became an important military and commercial center. Lachish was second only to Jerusalem in importance in the kingdom of Judah, and is also mentioned in Egyptian and Assyrian records. Lachish was located on a large mound in the foothills of Judah, 40 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem. It was easily defended because it was surrounded by deep ravines on all sides, save for the exposed southwest corner. During his reign, King Hezekiah of Judah rebelled against the Assyrians. The Assyrian army marched against Judah, and it did not go well. 2 Kings 18:13-14 says, "In the 14th year of King Hezekiah's reign, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, attacked all the fortified cities of Judah and captured them. So Hezekiah, king of Judah, sent this message to the king of Assyria at Lachish: I have done wrong." This Bible verse implies that Lachish fell to the Assyrians. The prophet Jeremiah says that Lachish was the last Judean city to fall, which was not strange because of its size and how well it could be defended. Amazingly, it is still visible today how the Assyrians conquered Lachish. It is the only remaining evidence of their military prowess. A long ramp can still be seen that is leading to the ruins of Lachish. The Assyrian siege ramp at Lachish was a remarkable feat of engineering and construction, designed to breach the city's walls and enable the Assyrian army to enter and conquer it. The construction of the ramp was described in detail in Assyrian records and depicted in reliefs, offering valuable insights into ancient siege warfare. According to the Assyrian reliefs, the ramp was constructed by piling up layers of earth and stones against the city walls. This was accomplished using a system of ramps, which allowed the workers to move the materials up to the top of the ramp without using stairs. The workers used a combination of ropes, pulleys, and sledges to move the materials up the ramps and into position. It is estimated that thousands of prisoners of war could have quarried the 3 million stones needed for the siege and built the ramp in about a month's time. To prevent the ramp from collapsing under its own weight, the workers reinforced it with wooden beams and frames. These were inserted into the ramp at regular intervals, providing support and stability. The Assyrians also used battering rams and siege towers to breach the city's walls, as well as archers and slingers to defend the workers and keep the defenders at bay. How is it possible that we know so much about the siege of a city 2,700 years ago? Besides the conservation of the siege ramp, there is one more archaeological find that provides invaluable insights. This one takes us to the modern-day country of Iraq, to Nineveh, the capital of Assyria. The palace of King Sennacherib was a place of splendor and grandeur, a testament to the power and wealth of the Assyrian Empire. It was located in the heart of Nineveh, the capital city, and was a symbol of the king's authority and might. One day, in the year 1845, an archaeologist by the name of Austin Henry Layard made a remarkable discovery at the site of Nineveh. He uncovered the ruins of King Sennacherib's palace, which had been destroyed by the Babylonians in the 7th century BC. For many centuries, the palace had been covered by thick layers of desert sand. As Layard explored the ruins, he stumbled upon a series of large intricately carved reliefs made of alabaster. These reliefs, which came to be known as the Lachish reliefs, depicted the siege of the city of Lachish by the Assyrian army. They showed the city's walls and gates, the inhabitants being conquered and taken into captivity, and the construction of the siege ramp that was used to breach the city's defenses. But it was not just the subject matter of the reliefs that was remarkable, it was their size and quality. Each of the 10 reliefs measured approximately 2.5 meters high and 2 meters wide, and the intricate details and skilled craftsmanship of the carvings were breathtaking. The reliefs covered the walls of Sennacherib's throne room. They took pride of place in the palace. Eventually the Lachish reliefs were transported to the British Museum in London, where they are still on display for visitors to see. They have become one of the most important examples of Assyrian art and have been studied extensively by scholars and historians, shedding light on the art, culture, and warfare of ancient Assyria. The Lachish reliefs were an amazing find. But it raises a question. Why would the mightiest king in the world in his throne room not depict one of his famous victories over a capital of the nations he defeated? Why would he not depict conquering Jerusalem? The simple answer is, he never conquered Jerusalem. The Bible describes how the Assyrian army, feared all over the Middle East, marched on Jerusalem after vanquishing Lachish. But there it went all wrong for them. After a short time, they suddenly fled back to their country. Why? 2 Kings 19:35-36 tells us the story. And that night the angel of the Lord went out and struck down 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians. And when people arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. Then Sennacherib king of Assyria departed and went home and lived at Nineveh. Now we know what he did in Nineveh. He commissioned a great work of art showing his victory over Lachish. If you want to see it, go to London. But remember, even more than Sennacherib's victory over Lachish, it shows God's victory over Sennacherib. For God protected Jerusalem so the kingdom of Judah could continue to exist. This same God is still there to protect you if you put your faith in him.